Hey everybody, it's Susan Phelps in Sarasota, Florida, and today I want to tell you 3 important things about traffic in Sarasota. You may want to know if you're living here, if you're moving here, or if you're just visiting here. I'll be right back and give you the scoop, so don't go away. Subscribe and like and comment. I appreciate those comments so much, you have no idea. I'll be right back. Well, I'm back, and if you can hear this noise, it's because this video is about traffic, and I'm going to answer 3 questions that most people have about traffic. Number 1, is the traffic in Sarasota worse? Number 2, what's being done about the increased traffic? And number 3, what is law enforcement doing about traffic problems? So let's get started. I'm at one of the busy intersections you can see in back of me. This is State Road 72, which is the Clark named road that goes from I-75 and connects directly to Siesta Key Beach. Now, there's been so much activity on this road because there's so much being built east of I-75. That is where most of the building is going on in Sarasota County. So people wanted to know, is the traffic really getting worse in Sarasota? Well, I think that the idea that the traffic is worse really is relative. So many people, and oh boy, listen to that noise. So many people come to Sarasota and say to me, this traffic is nothing compared to what I have to deal with in the town that I came from. Whether that be a big city or whether it be a smaller town that just doesn't have the roads that they need to handle traffic. Now, if you go further south, I understand that the roads are just gridlocked. And I haven't been down there in a while, but people that I know that go down there just to check the area out after they've been to Sarasota definitely confirm that the traffic further south of Sarasota County is much worse. The traffic in Tampa is much worse. So it is really all relative. If you want to come down and check it out yourself and find out what happens during the season, you'll find that the traffic is increased. Now, our season is kind of, well, melding or changing the traffic patterns. You can definitely tell when the snowbirds have gone back, which is usually right after Easter. The local municipal streets definitely calm down, and actually the traffic on the larger roads and I-75 calms down too. The 2022 census data that was just released about the population increases in our area, the numbers are striking. We have 53,611 new residents that have come to the Manatee, Sarasota area from 2020 to 2022. In Sarasota, like just under half of that came to our area, and generally speaking, it's been almost a 7% increase in residents in our 2 counties. So this adds some stress to our roadways, and it's going to continue because, see, the homes that I sold to people in Sarasota County in 2020 and 2021 are closing. 2022 as well. Wow. Are closing, and people are moving. And it doesn't usually bring just 1 car. It usually brings 2 cars. And the roadways are a little more congested. Local residents, they don't really like it, but we find that we can make adjustments. And certainly all of the business that's being created and the commerce is just a boon to our area. So my biggest suggestion to local residents is just to add 10 minutes to your usual commute, and you'll probably get to where you need in time. So let's take a look now about what the county is doing about this increased traffic and the need for improvements on roads. If you can see behind me, you see a big sign that says Naples. That sign is going to go up when the divergent diamond that's being built out here is finished. I'm going to get a little closer and drive by and drop in some footage of the divergent diamond that is being built at the intersection of State Road 72, which is Clark Road, and I-75. This diverging diamond has been fashioned after the one that was built on University Parkway. That one on University Parkway in I-75 is actually the largest diverging diamond in the U.S. The studies have shown that it's a huge project, but it pays off in the long run, and they have seen fewer fatalities and traffic flowing smoothly on and off of the interstate where these diverging diamonds are used. So that's one of the biggest improvements. And you can see that they do try and mitigate the increased noise traffic. On the other side of that tall cement wall there is an RV park, I believe, full-time and seasonal RVs parked there. And we see other mitigation factors that are used in controlling the noise that's coming from the increased traffic. I'm back in my car and I'm headed out east, not while I'm talking to you actually, but I am going to go out east because I want to show you another road improvement project that is happening nationwide and a lot in Sarasota and Manatee counties, and that is the roundabout. So before I head that way though, I wanted to tell you I spoke with a couple that were leaving the pool in a community that's really right next to State Road 72 / Clark Road. They didn't want to be on camera, but here's a photo of them riding away on their bicycles after they went to the pool. I asked them a couple of questions. Number one was, did they think the traffic in Sarasota was worse than where they came from? And it was an unequivocal, yes, it's worse. And I was, wondering, then why are they here? Because Mr. Newsom had some good observations about planning and implementation of different roadway projects, and we discussed the diverging diamond. I gave them some information about the Sarasota County website. You can go onto that website and you can look for a list of roadway improvement projects in Sarasota County. But all in all, our conversation was very pleasant. They are so happy to be here that they are overlooking the traffic. They know that that's part and parcel of what is in the package and coming to a developing area that has so much to offer everyone. And they just love it here. They say they aren't leaving. They're in it for the long haul. So you take the good with the bad, right? All right, I'm headed down. I'm going to try to get some footage of, it's really hard for me to give you a perspective about this diverging diamond. So Betsy's going to drop in a couple of photos here so that you can see what I was talking about in terms of the diverging diamond. Hi, I'm back. And right now I am standing on the corner. Well, I don't know. Are there corners on a traffic circle? This is one of the newest traffic circles that we have in the area. This is at the intersection of Proctor and Dove Avenue and State Road 72. There's a lot of people that really don't like the traffic circles because they're not familiar with how to navigate them. And I just want to give you a tip here. See these cars moving into the traffic circle? There's nobody to their left that's impeding their progress. If somebody's coming around that circle, look to your left. If they go off onto the exit that you're entering from, then you're safe to move into the traffic circle. If they're not turning, then you need to yield. Always yield to the traffic that's already in the traffic circle. Now, the traffic circle has been an unwelcome addition to our county roads, but mostly by the people that don't know how to navigate them. And I just explained how that my tips are for how to navigate. It's not the official version, mind you. In fact, the county actually had workshops so that some of the population that were nervous about using traffic circles could learn how they operate. And why are we doing this? Why are we using traffic circles all over the US? Well, they've been doing it in Europe for decades and decades. They have actually proven that it slows down traffic, but it doesn't bring it to a screeching halt. That will help people from getting into serious crashes, which most often are because someone has run a red light. There's no red light here. There's just slower traffic. So as a result, we have fewer fatalities, fewer serious crashes, and that's just the biggest positive when it comes to the traffic circles being utilized in Sarasota County and all over the US. I've decided to wrap up this video sitting down. I've come to a new restaurant that's just opened up in the Landing Shopping Center, which isn't too far from my home. It's in South Sarasota, basically. And it's a new restaurant, The Breakfast Company. And I'm excited to try it. My daughter's meeting me here so that we can check out the menu and just have a nice quiet lunch. There's outdoor seating, there's inside seating, and then I'll sit down with her and wrap this video up. So, what is law enforcement doing about issues that are created by the increased traffic? I have a report that was just released from the Sarasota Police Traffic Unit officer, and it's basically about traffic tickets and what kind of traffic tickets are being issued and so forth. So, did you know that through 2022, 1,917 tickets for speeding on a state road were issued, and 1,555 tickets for speeding on a city road were issued. 1,381 tickets for careless driving, and I think that that's, all relevant to being in more congested traffic. And then there were 693 tickets for speeding in a school zone. That's a very serious infraction, and I think you're going to see your insurance go up after that one. Then there were 468 tickets for driving without a license. This happens, I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day, a realtor, that was actually hit
crossing an intersection and the driver didn't have a license. So, you know, maybe they weren't capable of driving, I don't know. But nonetheless, that is a problem. If you come to the area, you need to get properly licensed. You need to get your registration changed to the Florida Department of Vehicles so that you're legal. Let's segue a little bit. I know that there is some controversy about the cameras at intersections. I really don't know where the Sarasota County law enforcement stands with that right now. There was a lot of flack about those just being a source of revenue and not being really effective. But at any rate, I still see those cameras at certain intersections. So, oh, here comes Chelsea. All right, then. I'm going to sign off for now, give my waitress an order, and until the next time, bye-bye.